All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be flipping $80 to 10K. And it's not just today, but it's over the span of almost a month. And I'm going to be showing you how I started with $80, buying MMFU accounts and flipping those to 1,200, then to 2,400. And from there, buying 5 Top Step accounts, copy trading them, and easily making $10,000. You guys can easily do this process, and that's why I'm showing you guys this video. I'm showing you how easy it is, how straightforward it is when you have a good trading strategy, you have a set, solid trading strategy like the one I teach on this channel, and how almost quickly you can scale from one account to multiple accounts to getting more and more payouts and breaking that psychological barrier to be able to make more and more money each time you hop on the charts. Like I said, if you haven't seen this video, it took us only 5 days to flip $80 to 1,200. Like I said, from that account, I showed 2 payouts, so $2,400. So now we're gonna need to buy 5 Top Step accounts that cost $750 and be prepared to pay the activation fee, which is $750 as well. Right, that leaves us with our 2,400, and that's gonna leave us with $900 left over that we can use as a buffer if we do fail these 5 accounts. I personally recommend you always leave yourself a buffer just in case you do fail the accounts. I have $900 left over, so I can either start back buying the $80 accounts, or I can either swap to just buying one 150K Express account, which will be $300, and I can do that 3 times. But there's no point to me at this point, a couple years in, staying on the $80 accounts, right? Did it more for just the video and the process of showing. And so now, I have the 5 Top Step accounts. There's no point in me trying to, aim for $1,200 payouts. The whole point is trying to scale up and try and make more and more money. The quicker I can get to 10K, the quicker I can get to 100K, and the quicker I can get to, 1 million. So obviously setting those goals and being able to reach them, give yourself a confidence booster outside of the charts, as well as being confident inside of the charts, and overall just giving off a game plan that's going to work, give you success, give you confidence, and keep raising the bar as well. I also recommend leaving this buffer for almost everybody. A lot of people get their first payout, get really excited, get almost nonchalant about the chart, really get confident, and almost this delusional confidence where you don't think you have to follow the rules that you set in the first place. And that's the whole point of how you got the payout. And then, you just mentally start thinking you don't got to follow the rules. You can just buy here, sell here, not shoot for a certain RR, not, trade at a certain time, just hop on, hop off. Every day is going to be a winning day. And it's this attitude that gets stuck people back in, a downhill incline. Even myself, that was really one of the biggest parts. But also I always thought of it as I'm trying to shoot higher, shoot higher, shoot higher. So I have shot myself down very quickly, but at the same time, I know how to compound. I know how to bring myself back up and not shoot myself too deep, because the scar tissue of failing multiple accounts does add up very quickly. You can ask me, you can ask almost everybody that I've known to trade. They have hundreds of funded accounts, and it's not over, a couple weeks that they're buying just all of these accounts and failing them. It's over, the course of years or the course of months, of the course of however long it is. And it's, this process that people go through. It's understanding the losses and understanding the winners as well. The reason I mention this though is, like I said, of course, I've gone through it, and I've seen plenty of my students in the Discord go through it as well. And you have to have this good understanding of the middle ground you need to be in to be able to scale up and keep yourself confident, as well as, risking more money to be able to make more money. You can't just, stay at $80, well, I guess you can, but eventually, like everybody does, you're going to want to, venture higher to make more. And, that's where I was for a long period of time, because, I was that poor, I say that poor, but I just didn't have the, extra amount of money to keep buying accounts, 20 accounts at a time, like you see a lot of people. And I knew that I had to take it at my own pace, knew that I had to, buy accounts, scale those accounts up to be able, at one point to be able to then buy, 5 accounts at a time like I do now. And you don't just get there, in one shot, right? And then you don't just trade the 5 accounts, confidently every single day, right? Like I said, when I first started trading, I would shake, I would tremble, I would even start sweating. So if you're doing that on one account, it's not always the best to just shoot up straight to 5 accounts, right? Maybe just, instead of a 50K, you buy 100K, risk, 2 minis instead of 1. Right? Take these small steps up, like I said, to be able to get yourself better every day, risk more, get out of your comfort zone, but be able to still trade the chart and not your P&L. Following all these rules that I'm talking about, and even I've talked about in previous videos, is how I was able to start with those 5 accounts and not blow them, right? take the time to pass them the right way, because they are toss-up accounts. You can't just pass them in one day, so that you can really just trade them confidently over a week, maybe 2 days if that's what you want to do, right? I've done that on 50Ks, but it's not really about what you've done. Like, I'm not just trying to brag, but you can, trade them 3 days, 4 days, 5, even, over a matter of 2 weeks. If, it's a lot of money to you, you want to take it slow, that's, the process you need to take. And for me at the time, right, $750 on 5 accounts, it was a good amount of money. I traded, 20 Apex accounts before, but like I said, every time I try and build myself up, I do have that tumble down to where, I'm still in the green, like a good bit, but I don't want to keep buying and lose that confidence. So I take the time out and I, buy cheap accounts, either buy like 1 or 2 50Ks or buy, a 150K, get a couple payouts on that, boost that confidence even more, and then try and scale up, right? Either get a couple payouts, then try and do it again, either, take some losses there. And it's always this almost uphill battle that, gets taken a couple steps down. But if you don't keep climbing those steps, you're never actually going to get to the top. So we're going to show now how with those 5 accounts, I was able to get payouts, build, roughly each account to like $2,500, get payouts from them, and then continue to getting payouts from them. As you can see here, right, this is one payout verification. We scroll down a bit farther, we have 2, and then here's the 3rd one as well for those accounts. And then right above those 3, I need to get 1 more day, so we can see these as well, which equivalent right around to, I don't know, I think it was roughly 3, 4, 5K, but it definitely made back the amount that I spent on the accounts and even gave me a little buffer to continue to make even more. And you can see, right, these 2 are about at the beginning of December, 12/9/24. I think I lost one of them, but it doesn't really matter, because here we have this one, which is on, I'm gonna scroll up one above it, the 17th, right, click on that one. And then we can see, right, 2,600 there. And then we can see, right, from that 12/17 one, we go up just a little bit higher, and then we see this one here, which is 12/26. We click on it, and then we have another payout, which is almost roughly, getting close to 3,000 there. Then we can see at the end of the month, I finally blew the last account, but after 4 payouts on just one account, but I think it was like almost 5, 6, or 7 payouts total. One thing I also made sure to do, if you haven't checked out my Twitter, I have posted almost every single day, right, a chart, an update on these accounts, whether it be, my calendar here, or like we saw the chart before, right? Some days did have a lot of trades. I already talked about, right, trading micros and it adding up to like 20, 30 trades. But as you can see, the monthly P&L for just one account was 6,000. And then the month before in November, we made 3,000. So almost 10,000 on just one account, where I missed out on, I don't know, roughly like $2,000 on payouts. But, we can't look at what we lost out on. We just got to look at, the winners. And I'm not, too worried about losing right at the end of the month after having, a very, very good month. Now, if you get anything from this video, the one thing that it should not be is me bragging. The reason I'm making this video is to show how possible it is for anybody around my age or anybody almost just like me. There is a big community, and it feels like such a small circle, because everybody knows everybody. And everybody might not trade the same, but everybody follows the same set of mental rules, the same set of rules for themselves on and off the chart, and that's what you have to do. It's not just trading on the charts, it's not just the big green days that you see. It's the losses that you have to take to help you understand your strategy better and even yourself better. Even, holding through drawdown, or even getting 1 tick away from your stop loss and then holding all the way to full take profit. It's those small things that you saw that you might not have done, earlier in your career that you're doing now. And it's those things that build your confidence in, inside of your trading strategy as well, that just build confidence that cannot be broken. Excuse me. And, the way I trade, I don't want to say a lot of people look up to it, but a lot of people see it and they want to understand it. But it's, the confidence at like fading certain things, like, seeing us come into a fair value gap and knowing that fair value gap's not going to hold, right? We're going to inverse it. But, not that I enter on the inverse, I'm entering way before the inverse, because I know where we've, when, where, and why we need to reverse, where we've already come into and where we're headed. It's all these if-then thinkings, the narrative. It's these things that I've gotten wrong so many times before that, you know, I still get wrong now, but if I understand that I'm going to be wrong, I can mitigate risk, I can do all these small things that if my confidence isn't there for the trade, right, I have a little bit, you know, a less confidence, it's a B setup or something, I can either just not take the trade, wait another day, or I can either take the setup, less risk, or any of the above, right? And I'm not just, you know, shooting like just blind firing, right? Just shooting into the crowd. Like, you know, I have no clue what I'm doing. And, you know, it's all these small, it could be a list of 100 different things that you start to learn like the back of your hand, that it's not even, you know, it's not even a thought process anymore. It's just, you know, do it every single day, right? You know, like how you hop out of your bed, you make it, you go brush your teeth, and like, you know, for a lot of people, they just go to work, right? You just hop on and you do this shit. And it's because of all the hours you've put into the trenches, to back testing, to notes, to just, I mean, a lot of you guys know how it is, and it's all that work that you do now that you got to continue doing. It's not just, oh, I get a payout, let me break the rules, try to full perk the account. No, you should actually, you know, if it's your first payout, you should really get the account, try and build it. Build yourself as much as a buffer, because in the future, you're going to look back and be like, damn, I'm glad I had that. You're going to have a bad week, a bad month, and you're going to either keep buying accounts, blowing them, or either, you know, hold yourself to, you know, a standard and stop buying so many accounts, maybe risk less, right? If you know you can pass the accounts, don't just waste thousands of dollars trying to just pass multiple accounts, right? If you fail a couple times, slow down, breathe, buy less accounts, right? And just continue the process, right? Don't just go crazy. Don't lose yourself emotionally. Of course, I've had bad weeks, bad months. And, you know, that leads to having a continuously green month with 3 green days, as you guys can see. It's not just, you know, it's not just having, you know, those month after month that gets you, you know, continuing to have them. It's, you know, the all red months that gets you to have a green month, because you know that you stuck through a red month. You know you can mentally hold yourself during a green month. If you're, you know, had a red month and you followed all your rules, it's not really a red month because of that reason. And you psychologically held through the red month and you continued going at a pace where you know you would be successful and you didn't stop. And that's what I almost tell everybody, right? Is when that moment you decide to quit, you decide to stop, that's when you really failed. And I could blow 1 million accounts and still keep going, because I know at the end of the tunnel, there's millions of dollars, and that's the whole point of what I do. And you can't let, you know, that money effect wrap it around its finger. You know what I'm saying? You can't let the money wrap it around its finger, and you can't just be tied to it. You can't only look to get the money, right? You have to understand the process, understand the hard work that's put in, and it's almost for like any job, any business. You're not just gonna see the green the first day you start, or even, you know, months into it, right? You're like, especially with businesses, you're gonna put in a lot of expense, you're gonna put in a lot of money, right? So you can see more and more than you've ever put in at the beginning. And, right, you can't just blow accounts, blow money, throw money in thinking it's going to come back, right? You have to do every single piece of the puzzle has to be there to become successful. And yeah, you see me, I'm like 21, I have, you know, just fucking, I look like everybody else, right? But everybody else that's successful does all these things, and they continue going, and they continue doing those things day in and day out, just on top of each other, right? Whether it be 5, 10, 20 things, they continue doing all of them every single day. Not much else to add to this video. It's pretty straightforward, so the outro is going to be pretty straightforward. Obviously, leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment your biggest in trading struggle, and, you know, whether it be mental, whether it be finding a strategy, anything of the above. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something from it, because like I said, it's straightforward. It's very simple to understand. You know what you need to do, so just get to it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.